Good morning, welcome to Route 36 of my Wainwright challenge. If you remember, we started this yesterday and the rain and the gales forced us off the hill. So we're going to complete Route 36 today. We're parked at Loweswater car park and we're going to go over Melbrace, Low Fell and Fell Barrow. So I'm walking with Ian and Jeff. Ian I walked with the other day at Great Gable. It was a venture mountain guide and he works for Venture Peaks in Ambleside. This is Ian, remember, there's Jeff. So Ian's in charge of the route today, so I'm looking forward to this one. We're just following the lanes to the start of the footpath. I'm looking across there and that's Burnbank Fell where we were yesterday. So that's what it looks like. So we've come off the main road now, as it were, and we're heading up this old metal road, Fell side. Looking over Loweswater, this is a lane that we walked up. It's been a really nice steady walk so far. Just skirting around the Fell side. I'm going to move on to the Fell in a minute. So this is the first view of Fell Barrow where we're heading. And I think over there is Low Fell. So we've turned off the main drag now and you can see a path skirting up the side of Fell Barrow. Absolutely fabulous morning. Fell Barrow, we're going up a very steep grassy track, gaining its height very quickly. Some fabulous views. Over there in the mist is Dumfries and Galway. So we're coming to the top of Fell Barrow. That's not it there, the tree point's just over there on the fence side. Some stunning views today. Stunning views. So this is Fell Barrow. We've got here, we're just looking at some of the views. Amazing. Seems to be the story of Lakeland walks recently. We're following a fence line. We're going to follow this fence line all the way down and over to Low Fell that you can see peeping up in the distance. Just looking back over Fell Barrow, we're at the top of Sourfoot Fell here, which obviously isn't a Wainwright. That's Low Fell over there, which is the next Wainwright. Stunning scenery today. See all the hills were over yesterday over there. I just need to point out over there, that's where I saw the Brocken Spectre a few weeks ago. So that's Hopegill Head over there, and Whiteside, and Grisdale in the distance. And oh, probably 4, 5, 6 weeks ago we're over there. So there's a cairn here at the top of Low Fell. I'm tempted to say it's the top, but the GPS seems to think it's the next lump along, which looks lower. So anyway, we'll go to them both, but this is the top of Low Fell, and that's Melbrace over there that we're going next, up the scree and the steep ridge. That looks really, really exciting. Yeah, so that was the top where we stood with that cairn, because we're back over here where the map suggests is the top, and it is lower. Like I say, Crummock Water down there and Melbrace, you can just about see the path going up to the scree. And that's Hencoombe beside where we were yesterday. So here we go, we're dropping off Low Fell very, 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 very steeply. Following this fence line again. And we'll head round various lanes and whatnot before we get over there to Melbrace. Yeah, so they've rerouted the path here. It is extremely steep, as you can see, and they've rerouted the path to take the gradient away and down to the bottom. Definitely the steepest descent of the day so far. It's been quite relentless really. Nearly there now. So there you go, that's Melbrace where we're going to next. Looking very, very angry, isn't it? Looking forward to going up this one. It's going to be quite a pull getting up there. So we're coming down to Kirkstyle Inn and Loweswater Church there. Now this inn is quite famous for brewing its own beer. So I think we're going to maybe call in there on the way back and have a swift pint. There's Melbrace there. We're just plotting our way from here where the footpath is through the scree up above them cliffs, up to the ridge line. It's going to be a very, very interesting climb, this one. Back on the little lanes here before we go up. So here we are at the start of the scree section. See the path now more clearly. It is very steep. That's where we were earlier this morning, over there. And there where we were yesterday. Yeah, very, very, very steep, this scree. I'm not sure if you can get how steep, but there's lots of slipping going on. We're nearly at that buttress that we're going to sneak round, and then the gradient will ease. So this path is absolutely fabulous. Look at this. What a view. That's a different aspect to Whiteside over there. Earlier in the day we were looking at the other side of it. Just looking down this path. This is an absolutely fantastic path. Going up, and we're heading up this steep buttress now, over the top onto the ridge line. It's definitely the path that keeps giving. Absolutely fantastic. We've got another bit of scree, but not nearly as steep as the previous scree. That's Crummock Water.
I'll go and dip you in the...
We're just on a little grass plateau. Top spot for a wild camp. We've broken its back now, I think. We're just heading up the edge of this ridge now, and we'll work our way to the top. Been a very, very, very interesting climb. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So we're plateauing out now. We've done the bulk of the ascent. Been a fantastic climb. Really, really fun. Awesome views. Looking forward to that beer in the pub later. So here we are, Melbrake. What a fantastic little hill. Absolutely loads of fun. Look at these views opening up here. These are the views we didn't see yesterday. Awesome. Awesome. So we're going to drop down the other side. We're not going down the steep bit, and we're going to drop into the valley bottom, well, towards the valley bottom, cut across and head back to that little lane that we were on earlier. So in the distance over there, just looking at the top, see Great Gable and Green Gable, and if you look at the dip between, that was Windy Gap there, what, 3 weeks ago in the snow. We're just coming off a Melbrake, and we've come to a fork in the track, and we're just heading down into the towards the valley bottom now. Halfway down we'll veer off again and cut across the fell. So we're just skirting down the side, as I said we would. This path wraps right round the fell side and eventually meets up with the lane that we were on earlier. So this path here is skirting through all the scree running down the fell side. Very good path actually. How it skirts round. Not so far now, and we'll pick up that other lane and be at the pub. So we're coming back to the fork in the track that we were at earlier. There's looking up Melbrake. So we've just skirted around the side, and down in the distance you see the lane, the green lane that we're going to go down back to the pub. What a fabulous walk. They're the first two of the morning over there. A great day. Hi, welcome to Route 36B of my Wainwright challenge. Today I walked 3 Munros. I parked at the car park in Loweswater, and it's Friday the 18th of March. So yesterday we did the first half of this walk and got pretty much rained off the fell. So today we've completed it. Absolutely stunning day and stunning scenery. So the first is Fell Barrow. Very straightforward, followed the lanes, and then an old metal road lane, which was kind of a dirt track really. We followed that for quite some time until we could see Felbarrow on the right. Obvious path straight up the side of a very steep grassy bank. Very, very, very straightforward. Great top. Now there's a series of tops up there and fell tops, so you kind of follow a fence line over these various tops until eventually you do get to climb up to Low Fell, which is stunning vistas. Great top, and particularly you're looking at where you're going next, so it looks quite daunting when you're up there, and you got to drop down very, very, very steeply. You drop down a very grassy, muddy, slippy, steep bank, right the way down to the valley bottom. That is that steep at points. I think that they've put various bits of diversions and erosion control in just to make it easier, I think. But eventually you do get to the valley bottom. You walk through a lovely wood. You pass the school, the church, the pub, and through a series of lanes, and eventually you get to the green lane leading up to the start of the highlight of the day really, which is Melbrake. What a stunning mountain. I mean, it does look daunting as you're leading up to it. It does look very steep, and it doesn't really let you down. I thoroughly enjoyed it. You've got scree to scramble up, you've got crags, you've got cliffs, you've got rocks, you've got more scree. It's pretty much steep all the way. It doesn't really relent at all. Absolutely great. Some great scenery, looking around the various fells that you've climbed in the recent days. I really enjoyed it. Once you get to the top, you can continue over the top rather than going back down, because it is horrifically steep and slippy and loose. So you're better off going over the top. Eventually you'll meet up with a path which drops down to the right quite steeply, but not very long, because as you get to a gully you'll see a small path heading right which runs kind of parallel. It descends ever so gently along the fell side through various bits of scree, and eventually you pick up the same little lane which takes you back towards the pub, which is only a quarter of a mile or so from where the car park is. Absolutely fabulous day. It was 10.7 miles and there's 3,048 feet of ascent, so you know there's a fair bit of climbing there, and it took us 5 hours.